All right, let's dive in. Looks like someone's got island fever. Phuket, huh?
Always a good choice.
Tons of research here on snagging a property in Phuket. So let's cut through it all and get you the need-to-know info to make that Phuket dream a reality.
Well, first off, good call on Phuket. The property market's really booming right now,
Oh, yeah.
especially Phuket City, with all the urbanization happening, driving up demand. Property values are actually climbing faster there than in a lot of global markets.
So it's not just about finding a gorgeous vacation spot. It could be a pretty smart money move, too.
Exactly. Lifestyle and investment all in one.
I'm seeing condos starting around 2 million THB, though, and then some villas like over 100 million. That's a crazy range. How do you even start narrowing it down?
Well, it all comes down to location and the kind of lifestyle you're after. You've got stuff here on Patong. It's famous for its nightlife.
Oh, yeah, Patong. Always hear about that.
Did you know that Patong's nightlife scene actually makes up a big chunk of Phuket's total tourism revenue? Shows you how popular it is.
Wow, that's wild. So Patong's the spot if you're all about that high energy. What about if you're looking for something, I don't know, a little more chill, more family-friendly maybe?
You've got some research here on Qaeda and Karan, too. Known for their amazing beaches and being great for families. Much more relaxed vibe compared to Patong.
I can just picture it now. Beachfront dinner, kids building sandcastles.
Exactly.
What if you're after, like, real peace and quiet, like away from the crowds?
Rawai and Naiharn, then. You mentioned those in your research. Picture waking up to those ocean views from your own private villa tucked away on a hillside.
Oh, yeah. Total serenity.
Hard to find that in the busier areas.
Okay, so we've got the party spot, the family beaches, the peaceful escapes. What about if you want, like, luxury?
Laguna.
Yeah.
High-end resorts, golf courses, that whole vibe.
Fancy. So Phuket's got it all. But you flagged a big question in your research. Beachfront versus inland. That must make a huge difference.
It really does. Beachfront's obviously prime real estate, comes with a hefty price tag. But going inland opens up a lot of options at more affordable prices. Might find a beautiful villa tucked into the hillside, still close to the beach, but way more private.
Makes sense. Budget and priorities, right.
Exactly.
Okay, now the big question. Can foreigners even buy property in Thailand?
Right. Gotta address that. Straight up, foreigners can't own land directly. Thai law's pretty strict on that.
Oh, okay. So then how does anyone do it?
There are ways. The Condominium Act, for example. You can own a condo unit, but there's a limit.
The limit.
Yeah, you can only own up to 49% of the units in any given condo development. The rest has to be Thai-owned.
So condos are an option. What else?
You can set up a Thai limited company, gives you more control, but you need a Thai majority shareholder, 51% ownership. More complex, but it works for some people.
Got it. So there are ways, but you got to be careful, legally speaking. Your research stressed due diligence. What does that even mean when buying property in Phuket?
It's all about protecting yourself. Basically, you're verifying the property's title deed, making sure the ownership's legit, no hidden debts or anything like that. You don't want any nasty surprises popping up later.
Definitely not.
Honestly, getting a good lawyer who knows Thai property law is the best move, worth the peace of mind.
Right, makes sense. So we've got the market overview, the legal side of things. What about the money? Besides the actual price of the place, what other costs should you factor in?
Good point. It's easy to forget about those extra costs. Legal fees, for example, can run you 1% to 2% of the property's value. Then there's transfer fees, property taxes, maintenance costs, all adds up.
Yeah, that's a big chunk of change on top of the purchase price.
And not everyone's got millions of THB just lying around. What about financing? Especially for us foreigners.
Well, ideally, you've got the cash ready to go, but that's not always realistic. Bank loans are possible, but they can be tough to get, and the terms might not be great for foreigners. Some developers offer financing, which can be more flexible, but you always got to read the fine print. So financing needs some serious thought and research. But this is all a bit overwhelming. Where do you even start?
Honestly, a local real estate agent can be a lifesaver. They do way more than just show you properties. They're like your local guides, your negotiators, your stress relievers.
I guess they know the ins and outs, the people to talk to.
Exactly. I had a client once, a couple moving their whole family from Europe to Phuket. Their agent found them a great villa, helped get their kids into a good school, found them a doctor, even connected them with people who shared their hobbies, went above and beyond.
Wow, that's amazing. So finding the right agent is key. Sounds like we've covered a lot in this first part of your deep dive, the market, the legal stuff, the money, finding an agent, but there's so much more to explore.
Definitely. We've laid the groundwork. Now it's time to dig deeper.
All right, back for more Phuket Property Deep Dive. We've set the stage. Now let's get down to brass tacks, making an offer, negotiating, all the exciting stuff.
Right. Let's say you found that dream property. Maybe it's a sleek condo overlooking Patong Bay or a charming villa nestled in the Kamala Hills. Whatever it is, making a smart offer is key.
Okay, so you found the I-1. What then? Do you just, throw out a number and see what happens?
Not exactly. Remember all that research we talked about? Time to put it to work. Before you even think about an offer, you need to know the property's market value.
Okay, so, how much are similar places in the area going for?
Precisely. Don't just rely on the asking price. Look at recent sales, comparable properties.
Okay, do your homework.
Knowledge is power, especially in a market like Phuket's. Once you've got a realistic idea of what it's worth, set your budget and stick to it.
Easy to get carried away, right?
Ah!
Especially when you're picturing yourself by the pool. Ocean views.
Oh, yeah. It's easy to get swept up in the excitement, but overpaying can come back to bite you later.
For sure. So you've done your research, budget's set, you're ready to make an offer. What needs to be in it?
Your offer needs to be crystal clear. No room for confusion. State your price, obviously. Any contingencies.
Contingencies. Like what?
Financing, maybe. A home inspection, things like that. And be clear about your closing date. It's also smart to try and figure out the seller's motivation. Are they looking for a quick sale, or are they playing hardball?
I see. So there's a strategy to it. It's not just about the numbers.
Exactly. It's a bit of a dance. You've got to understand the other side.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
But even with a good offer, there's going to be some back and forth, right? Any tips for handling that?
Oh, absolutely. Negotiation is an art. It's about finding that balance, being firm, but also flexible. Be ready to compromise, but know when to walk away if the deal just isn't right. There are always other properties out there.
That's a good reminder. Sometimes you feel like you have to make it work. So any specific tactics that can help buyers?
One thing that works is building a good relationship with the seller or their agent. Find some common ground, show them you're serious, and highlight the benefits of accepting your offer.
All right, you're not just some random buyer. You actually want their place.
Exactly. If you can, present your offer in person. Face-to-face always makes a difference.
More personal, yeah. Okay, so you've negotiated, everyone's agreed, everyone's happy. What happens then?
Time to finalize everything. Go over that purchase agreement with your lawyer, make sure all the payments are sorted and that the money is held securely in an escrow account. Dot your I's and cross your T's.
So no popping the champagne just yet.
Not quite. Buying property in Phuket is a big legal deal. Lots of procedures to follow. Your lawyer will make sure everything's done by the book, that your rights are protected.
Lawyer's got your back.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So once the paperwork's done, the money's transferred, you've got the keys. Then what?
Then the fun really begins. You're a property owner in Phuket. But remember, ownership comes with responsibilities. Keeping your investment in good shape, becoming part of the community, managing your property wisely, it all matters.
Okay, let's break that down. Maintenance first. What are the essentials for keeping your Phuket property in tip-top shape?
Regular inspections are key, like taking your car in for a service. Spot any little issues before they turn into big problems.
Catch them early. Makes sense. But what about, unexpected stuff? Plumbing goes haywire, roof starts leaking.
Always have a list of reliable contractors and service people on hand. Your real estate agent can probably hook you up with good local businesses. They can also give you an idea of typical maintenance costs so you can budget accordingly.
So your agent's still helpful even after the purchase is done?
Oh, absolutely. Especially if you're new to the area, they can be invaluable. But beyond the practical stuff, there's the social side of things. How do you actually integrate into the community?
Right. It's not just about owning a place, it's about living there.
Phuket's got a really welcoming community. Go to local events, support the businesses there, just chat with your neighbors. That's how you get a feel for the island's spirit.
Become part of the place. And then, of course, there's the financial side.
Right. Whether you're living there full-time or using it as an investment, you've got to manage your property smartly.
What does that mean exactly?
Keep an eye on the market, understand the rental potential if you're thinking of leasing it out, and plan for those future excesses. Did you know that in popular areas like Patong, condos can get rental yields of up to 7%?
Wow. So it's a vacation home and a potential moneymaker.
You got it. It's about finding that sweet spot where lifestyle and investment come together.
Makes sense. Okay, so we've covered making an offer, negotiating, the legal stuff, managing your property. But have we missed anything? We've talked villas and condos, but what about other types of properties in Phuket?
You're right, there's more out there. Townhouses, for example, they're kind of a mix of privacy and community living, often have private gardens or courtyards, but you also get access to shared amenities like pools and gyms.
Oh, interesting. Kind of the best of both worlds.
Exactly. And then there are apartments, which are usually a more budget-friendly option, great for those who want a low-maintenance lifestyle.
Ooh, apartments. That sounds perfect for someone just testing the waters, not ready to go all in on a villa. What do you need to know about buying an apartment in Phuket?
Well, there's a huge variety for starters. Styles, prices, you name it. You've got everything from cozy studios to big family-sized units. And they're often in really convenient locations close to all the action, easy to get around.
So location, convenience, and lots of choices, that's appealing. But legally speaking, is it the same deal for foreigners buying apartments as it is for condos?
That's a good question, and honestly, it can be different. It really depends on the specific development and the leasehold agreement. Best to talk to a lawyer specializing in Thai property law.
Always good advice, especially overseas. Okay, besides the legal stuff, what should you consider when choosing an apartment?
Location, again, just like with any property. Think about your lifestyle, ocean views, or close to the town center. Think about the amenities too. Pool, gym, 24/7 security, all that can make a big difference.
Find the right fit. But how do you even start with so many apartments out there?
Get yourself a good real estate agent who specializes in apartments. They know the market inside and out, they'll have access to listings you won't find on your own, and they'll help you find something that meets your needs.
Makes sense. What about financing an apartment? Anything special to know there?
It depends on the developer and your financial situation. Some offer in-house financing, which can be good for foreign buyers, but always read the terms and conditions carefully.
Gotcha. Do your homework. It sounds like we've covered a lot about apartments, but haven't we left something out? We've talked about villas and apartments, but what about condos?
Oh, you're right. Condos are a super popular choice for foreign buyers in Phuket, and for a good reason. They offer affordability, convenience, and access to some amazing amenities. But there are definitely things to consider and legal details to understand before you jump in.
Sounds like we've got even more to discuss.
Yeah.
All right, final part of your Phuket property deep dive. We've covered villas, checked out apartments, and now it's time for condos. Seems like those are super popular, right?
Oh, yeah, for good reason.
What's the big appeal?
Well, condos in Phuket, they kind of offer this perfect mix, affordability, you've got convenience, and then you've got these amazing amenities like resort-style living.
Yeah, that sounds pretty tempting, like having a vacation every day.
Exactly. And the ownership model just fits so well with that whole island lifestyle. You get to enjoy paradise without the headaches of maintaining a big property. Plus, so many condo developments, they have these incredible amenities, like rivaling five-star
Oh,
resorts.
wow. So, like, what? Give me some examples.
Think like sparkling pools, state-of-the-art gyms, even on-site restaurants, spas, the whole nine yards.
Sign me up. But hold on, we talked about this before. Foreigners can't own land directly in Thailand, so how does owning a condo even work?
Good question. It all comes down to the Condominium Act in Thailand. Basically, this law, it lets foreigners buy individual condo units, but there's a catch.
A catch.
Yeah, you can only own up to 49% of the units in any single development. The other 51%, that's got to be Thai-owned.
Okay, so it's like a shared ownership thing. Makes sense. But how do you make sure you're not getting ripped off? Due diligence must be extra important here.
Absolutely. You got to be thorough, make sure the development has all the right licenses, permits, that the unit you want is properly registered. Honestly, get a good lawyer who knows Thai property law. They'll sort all that out for you.
They're worth their weight in gold. Okay, so you found a condo you love, all the paperwork's good, you're ready to make an offer. What should you focus on when you're negotiating?
Well, price is obviously a big one, but don't forget the other stuff like payment terms, what furniture is included, any discounts for early payment. And if it's a big development with shared amenities, you got to find out about those maintenance fees, what they cover. They can be all over the place.
So many little details to think about. What about after you've bought the place? What are the ongoing responsibilities of being a condo owner in Phuket?
The good news is condo living there is usually pretty low maintenance. You'll have monthly fees. That's for like upkeep of the common areas, security, using the amenities. But you don't have to worry about the big stuff like landscaping or exterior repairs. That's all handled by the condo management.
So it's like a mix between owning a house and renting an apartment.
Kind of, yeah. You get the benefits of ownership without all the hassles of managing a whole property.
I can see why people love it.
Hmm.
So what's it actually like to live in a condo in Phuket? I bet it depends a lot on where it is and the kind of development.
You're right, it varies a ton. Some developments, they're all about that resort lifestyle, luxury amenities, amazing views, lots of social events. Others are more laid back, focused on community. It all comes down to your personality and what you're looking for.
So, Tranquil Escape or Party Central, Phuket's got a condo for everyone. And you mentioned rental income, right?
Oh, yeah, a lot of condo owners, they rent out their units when they're not using them. Brings in some extra cash, helps with the cost of owning the place.
Best of both worlds. Well, it feels like we've really explored Phuket property from top to bottom. Villas, apartments, condos. We've looked at what makes each one unique and all the steps involved in making your dream a reality.
And now, with all this info, you're ready to make smart choices that fit your goals. Whether it's that beachfront villa, a convenient apartment, or that resort-style condo, Phuket's got it all.
So take that island dream, add a sprinkle of savvy investment and a whole lot of research and planning, and you're on your way. Happy house hunting, everyone.